Good like that. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back on live, guys. Sorry for that. I don't know what the fuck that. I'm sorry. Excuse my language, but I'm just like I'm new to this whole live and all this stuff, so I'm still trying to learn how to do it. And I'm thinking, she just want to come on and talk and stuff, but I'm not thinking he's trying to do no bad. I'm not having no competition. I'm not competing with nobody here. I'm just here just to tell my story and to just express myself. So I'm not doing no competition or no, oh, yo, I'm better than you or you're better than me or something like that. Nah, I'm good with that. I'm here to get a message across. I'm here to share my story to the world. I'm here to tell people about my experiences and everything, and I'm here to just be free, and that's just about it. So back to what I was saying, I always had that urge to do it, but I never did it because I never had the guts to do it. It's always come up on my mind. It's always like I've tried so many times to do it, and it's like it's just welcome everybody that's just coming on. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're welcome. So it's like I never had the guts to do it. I always felt guilty about killing and murdering and causing harm to somebody. It always something that always made me feel guilty, and it's like I just never had the guts to do it. So I just always almost did it, but never actually did it. The first time I tried was when I was in elementary school. No, I mean I was in middle school, and I tried in the bathroom, in the girls' bathroom, and that didn't work. And I tried again. When I was in high school, I tried it again. I tried it, to drown myself in the bathtub, and that didn't work. I always came out and coughing up water and stuff. And then I tried again when I had broke up with my first husband. When I left him, I tried again, and that time I had to be hospitalized. I had to be on medications, and I went. It was real rocky at that moment. I was going through so many things because I'm just letting my heart out to these people. I'm giving you my heart. Like I'm just giving you my heart, and the heart is something that just is people just don't take it seriously. They don't handle it with care. The heart is so important. It's just vital a vital part of your life, a vital part of your body, a vital part of the relationship of what you're feeling for a person. Your heart, they just play with that stuff. They just take it like it's just a joke, and it's not. It's not a joke because that just hurts. It hurts more when that is broken than any other part of your body. To me, that's more painful. Emotional trauma, emotional pain is more painful than physical pain because physical pain, that stuff can go away in a matter of hours or a matter of days. You have physical pain and it just goes away. But emotional pain and all of that stuff can take years. It can take the rest of your life to get over it. It could take a lot to just for that to just come out of you. It takes a lot. Some people it never comes out of them. Some people it stays with them for the rest of their life because it's more painful when somebody hurts you internally than externally. Externally, you could just get a bite, or you could just get a scratch or something, or you could just get burned, and you could put some cream on it and stuff. And a couple of days, you'll start feeling better. You won't even feel like it ever happened because the pain will go away, and you won't even have this mark on your body. But when somebody hurts you on the inside, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it then. You're gonna feel it months later, and it depends on you. You feel it years later. You feel some people feel it forever. It's like you just can't. Sometimes you can't just get over stuff, and certain things that they people do to you, like that case with Abner Louima, when they stuck that thing up his what and stuff, and I know how he must have felt violated. It's the same thing when somebody's getting raped. You feel violated. You feel like somebody took something away from you that they took away your dignity. They took away your ability to make your own decision. They took that they took that opportunity away from you. The opportunity to make your own choice. They took your independence. They took all of that. And it's like and you can't do nothing because you're defenseless. How are you gonna fight? How am I looking like fighting this man that can look like he's gonna whoop the hell out of me, and I probably won't even make it alive. And at this point, I don't even care no more because it's like I'm just fed up with life. I'm tired. I'm like, just come and take me because it's like, how much can somebody just tolerate? And you got to go through this every day. You got to wake up and it's still staring at you. You go to sleep, it's staring at you. In your dreams, it's staring at you. It's all over the world staring at you. And it's like you're trying to find different ways to fade it off or to forget about it, but you just can't figure out how the hell am I gonna get this out of my mind? It's staring right at me. And it's like I can't get it off of me. And whatever you want to do, I don't know what to do. I have hobbies. I'm trying to look for something I could do to take my mind off of it, but nothing's working. And it's like you trying to solve a puzzle that you can't even finish putting together. Because you trying to fix one thing, and before you fix something else come up. And stuff like that. So that's how it was. That's how it was. Welcome everybody that's just joining us. So, when I got raped, the first time I got raped was was, as I was saying before, was my cousins. And when my cousins raped me and stuff, they just took away I felt violated. I felt like somebody took away my dignity. Somebody just took away my ability to make a decision for myself. Somebody just took that away from me. I'm just sitting there, I can't say anything. And then when my stepfather did it, the same thing. I felt violated. I feel like somebody just took away everything was inside of me. I just feel like, what the hell is going on? And it's like, when you just been hurt and hurt and hurt, it's like pain starts feeling good after a while. It starts, like, that's how you start going. That's why I started going crazy getting piercings. Because I just love feeling the needle. I like to feel that kind of pinch and that kind of prick. And it's just like, I'm just used to that. I'm used to feeling that, and I gotta feel it some kind of way. That's why when I'm in with these men and they start acting up, they start treating me some kind of way, it doesn't bother me because I'm used to that. It's something that's not new to me because I'm used to being beat up. I'm used to being cheated on. I'm used to being treated like nothing. I'm used to being disrespected, called names, and all of that. I'm used to being, I'm used to all of that treatment and all of that stuff. And the last one, he was like, oh my God. He was like doing something that was some kind of out of the ordinary, that he was the only one out of everybody that did that to me. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, walking around the house with nothing on and doing all these extra things, trying to make me feel some type of way, like I'm supposed to be on my knees begging. And that's why I don't understand how certain men, how do you get off on that? Does that make you get off? A female begging you for things like that? Does that turn you on or something? Like, is that something that turns you on? I mean, why are you so concerned about if a woman, if she didn't want you, she wouldn't be with you right now, or she wouldn't be talking to you, she wouldn't be paying you no attention. Why do you feel like if she don't kneel down and be begging you or acting like doing all this craziness trying to beg you, and you getting a thrill out of that shit, like, damn, she want me bad, like, you shouldn't even be worried about that. Like, you should be worried about how to make things right. You should be worried about how to spice it up or how to make things exciting. You worrying about how much she gotta beg me, or she gotta be, on her knees. Oh, please, daddy, please give it to me, or all this extra stuff that they do. And I'm like, come on, man, you're doing too much. Like, it's supposed to be something that's supposed to be nice, but sometimes you just go too extravagant. You don't gotta be all extravagant and stuff. You could just be simple with it, and you still achieve what you still trying to relay the same message that you're trying to relay. You still trying to say you still saying the same thing without trying to make yourself doing all this and trying to do all this extra stuff. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. And it's messed up that people get a thrill out of watching you beg for something that you're supposed to get automatically. You want her to start kneeling down, begging and saying, oh, please, 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 give me this, and come on, like that's crazy. That's kind of sick fetishes and stuff. So when I look back on my life and when I was younger, it's always been some kind of aggression towards me. It's like that's been thrown at me like all my life. It's just been aggressiveness. Like when my cousin said it was aggressiveness. The way people talk to me, like my family members, it was with aggressiveness. Nobody really talked to me in a calm and soothing way. Nobody really talked to me in a way that certain people when they talk to you, you can hear by their tone of voice the way they're talking to you. If they're talking to you in a nice way, or if they're talking to you in an aggressive way, you could just sense that vibe from that person by the way they're speaking to you. You could sense how they feel about you or what they feeling about you. So everybody always talked to me like with aggression. Even when they told me to do something in the house, it was with aggression. It was like everything was just like everything was with aggression. Even good morning was with aggression, like good morning, like they didn't want to say it. And I'm thinking like you don't have to say it to me. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna lose sleep if you don't tell me good morning. And I'm not gonna die. And it hurts because you're my family. You're trying to fight. You're trying to struggle to say good morning to me. Are you serious? So you fighting yourself to open your mouth to say two words. What the hell is wrong with you? Do you have to love somebody to say good morning to them? Do you gotta like somebody to say good morning to them? You don't gotta like or love. You don't gotta know nobody to say good morning to them. When somebody's walking past you, that's just being respectful. When somebody walks past you, you say good morning. You don't gotta be their best friend to do that. You don't gotta be buddy buddy with them or feel like you gotta be close to them or you gotta like them or you gotta be in some kind of relationship to say good morning. You don't gotta be all about that. It's just about respect. You don't respect me because you trying to struggle to say good morning to me. Are you serious? You don't gotta say good morning to me. I wish I could tell you that. Don't tell me good morning no more. Don't even say good afternoon. Don't even say good evening. Don't even say good night. And when you see me, just walk past me like I'm nothing because this is ridiculous. You trying to fight? You saying good morning, and I know you're saying it. The way you saying it is like you saying it like you don't want to say it, like somebody forcing you to say. Nobody's making you say good morning to me. You don't got to. I'm good. You gotta say good morning. You gotta say nothing. You can go. And it's like it's sad because you're my blood relation. You're related to me. You know what I mean? This is crazy. You're somebody that's my blood relative, and even people out there that's not my blood relative, they say good morning to me without a struggle, without a fight for it. Like they say it like they want to say it, and it's sad. And they're not even related to me. They're not even my blood. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad.
Hi,
Hello, welcome, welcome.
you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Good evening. Thank you for joining my no filter broadcast.
Okay,
And
no.
I was talking about people just like they just I've not really I've not really gotten respect my whole life.
Okay,
My whole life. Listen, my mother pushed me out. She pushed me out of her uterus or whatever you call that spot. She
okay.
pushed me out. The doctors took me, they cleaned me up, and then she left me there. And I'm
Oh,
like, what? That's what I was told, that I was left there.
okay,
Because her and my father got into it or something. They got
okay,
into some kind of fight or something.
okay. We're not a serial case.
When I finish telling my story, I'm gonna tell everything, the whole story. Then I'm gonna reveal myself. I want to tell the whole thing because I want to get it off my chest. I want to get everything out of my chest. And the easiest way is behind this mask. That's the easiest way to get it off my chest completely. Then I then I'll be like, I got this whole weight and this whole load off my chest. Then I could just feel like, oh my God, it's over. I gotta walk around with these boxes inside of me, lifting these things up every day, going to work like that with this heavy load inside of me. And I can't get rid of it. I can't put it down somewhere because it's stuck there until I let it all out. Then once I let it all out, it's not stuck. I mean, it might affect me, it might still be there, but it won't be as heavy because I got it off my chest. Because when something's bothering you and you keep it inside, and you keep it inside for too long, that can drive you crazy. That can make you feel like, you keep something bottled in for all this time, something that's been bothering you, something that's been affecting you emotionally, mentally, physically, everything that's been draining you, you keep it bottled up for so long.
Yeah.
And I'm not paying nobody to talk to me. Are you crazy? I'm going to pay somebody $200 an hour to
Okay.
sit down and talk to me. Are
Listen
you
to
sick?
listen to me.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Are
Uh,
you crazy? I'm going to pay you to talk to me.
okay.
You crazy? I'm not going to see no psychiatrist. I'm not going to see no shrink. And I'm not going to see no psychologist. I'm not seeing none of that. Because
Okay.
I'm going to pay them money to talk to me. And what
Just
they going to do? They're not
I,
going to do
I
nothing.
on the first
What are they
thing.
gonna do?
That's,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay. How can I? What is your anxiety and all this nonsense? Start asking all these questions, and you trying to sit down and figure. You don't even know what's the answer because you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know yourself no more because you done messed the stuff is messed up, messed you up. You can't even answer a question straight, and that's it.
I did. Yeah. So okay. Let's. We don't know what's your name.
I'm not gonna say that either. I'm gonna say everything when I take my mask off. My name, all of that. My age, all of that. But not now. Not
Why
not
you
now.
Why are you mad, Mama?
I'm sorry.
Why are you mad? Like, you know, talk nice with me. You know that I am a first friend in the TikTok. Even I don't know where are you, then where are you from? You know that it's like a first communication. Even you cover your face too. I don't know who are you.
Yeah, yeah, that's the whole point. I wanna wait until I tell my story to reveal myself. That's the point of
So
this.
you know that I counted the wrong person. Be
I'm
honest.
sorry.
We need to clear. It's like I think I talked with the wrong person. I know that. Who not? It's like open to open. I want to talk to face. Even you cover your face. I don't know what's going on there. Like a spider coming there in your face or like whatever.
I'm expressing myself. I'm telling my
What's
story.
the problem?
I'm telling
Okay.
my
Let
story and I'm gonna
okay.
reveal
Okay.
myself, but I'm not ready yet.
Listen.
And that's
Listen
it.
first. Listen.
That's it.
Listen. I want to tell you. Listen. 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 Okay. You need to respect. First things. You need to be a good listener first. Then after you're gonna have success. All right. Must think. It's like I want to ask you one question. Listen carefully. Who are you? Just
Okay, but
one
what
word.
back
One
no
word.
but back
One word.
back to what
One word.
back to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this.
Okay. Who are you? That's just
You asked me
no question.
you asked me a question. You said, why am I so angry? Correct?
That's your
Okay. Why am I so upset or why am I so mad? Is that what
right.
you said?
Okay, you are
Okay,
correct.
I'm gonna explain that to you. The reason why I'm so angry and so mad because I feel like life has been really unfair to me. A lot of things have happened to me that haven't been right. And I'm not blaming anybody, but it's just that I'm mad that why did all these things
Li-
happen?
Okay.
Why did all these things
Okay.
occur?
Okay. I
And
wanna
I'm
tell you
trying to
one.
figure out the reason.
I
And
wanna
it's
tell
like
you one thing.
I'm not finding an answer to that. And it's frustrating because I'm just like it's like somebody getting punished for no reason. How would you feel
Okay.
if somebody was punishing you for nothing? You didn't
Okay.
do nothing wrong, and then you just getting punished all over the place.
Okay.
This
What?
happened to you.
Okay. I
This
wanna
one is
tell.
happening to you, and you just like what the hell is going? I ain't do nothing to nobody. So why am I going through this? What is going on? Why am I all these things happening, and I'm just not doing nothing, and these things are just happening. What is going on?
Okay.
So this
I,
is a basis of my aggression
listen.
and why I get
Something.
angry and mad
I don't like to
because
talk.
of all of that.
Listen. I don't like to talk too much. Okay. Just I come in a point. Okay. Kenny, why are you scared to show your face?
And I'm not going to repeat it again. I said I'm not doing
Okay.
that until I tell
So,
my story.
okay. Do you think you are real?
I'm sorry.
Do you think you are real
I
yourself?
know I'm real.
Oh,
I'm just doing things the way I want to do things. The way that's The way I
Okay,
feel like doing
okay.
things,
One, two,
and
three,
that's it. I'm just using
and
my own. I'm just using my own. I'm doing my own way, and that's it. That's
like,
it.
yeah, you're so pissed. See, like, see, I'm like ugly guy, right? I have a long hair and like, what's your piss? What's going on?
Well,
You
that's good for you. That's
get
what
with
you
me,
like. That's what you're into. Everybody's into their own different things. That's what you're into. So that's what you want.
bro? Okay,
That's what
it's,
you like.
that is like that this lady's fucked up with me. I don't know his life.
I'm not effed up with you. I'm just keeping it real with you, and that's it.
No, really, you're not real. I'm a real.
You're real. Okay, so okay, because I put my face behind this mask, that means I'm not real. I'm
Yeah,
real because
that's to cover
I'm
your
real
face. So
because
you're real.
I am real. You don't gotta tell me that.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like I'm not gonna be rude. I'm a nice guy. Okay, I have a good heart. I can help you. Help you. Okay. So you put the I don't know what you put this shit in your mouth or piss and like talk with me and your problem. You need to figure out yourself. First thing is like you survive. Take your family, take your body, take your health, everything. Okay. Nobody can gonna help you. But I can help you. But even I'm not help you. It is my TikTok friend. Okay, just I talk to you. Bye. That's what I'm telling. Right? But you talk to come in the real. If you come in the real, we can help. If you not come real, fuck that.
Me being behind this mask does not mean I'm not real. I'm just doing things the way I want to do things, and that's it. I'm not real. I'm doing things the way I want to do things, and that's just it. That's it. So, anyway, as I was saying, the aggressiveness, the basis for that has been since I was little. Since I was little, I was always spoken to in an aggressive way. People always talked to me with aggression. I was always treated aggressively. I was always just, even my relationships that I've been through, they've always been aggressive. So I'm used to that. I'm used to that aggressiveness and that domineering, thing being thrown at me. I'm used to all of that. That's something that I just been used to all these years. That's something I just been used to all these years. And then, when I was in high school, this is when I found out about myself in the other way. When I was in high school, no, when I was in middle school, there was a girl, there was a classmate, and we were in the same class. We were in music class, and we went to the bathroom, and I made a pass at her, and that was that. And that was my first experience. And after that, I didn't have another experience until like about when I was about 24. That's when I had another experience with another female. And when I did it that time with that lady, when I was done, I was like, I don't think I don't think I like this. Like, I don't think it's something I don't think it's something that I like I'm into. Like, I don't think I'm into women. When I did the first time, with the lady when I was in middle school, we were in the bathroom and she was washing her hands, and I just went behind her. I was like, doing stuff. I can't say it because I don't want to, but you know what I mean. And that time it felt right. Or maybe I was just, I don't know if I thought it felt right at that moment because I was real young. And at that age, I wasn't really sure about what was, because I didn't really have the guidance like that. I just really didn't have somebody to put me in the right direction. I was basically raising myself. I was basically trying to figure things out on my own. I was basically trying to, I was doing all of this investigation and trying to figure out, trying to do trial and error and trying and doing different things and stuff. So I went behind her, and and things happened. And once I did that, and when I went to high school, when I was in middle school actually, um, I started wanting to experiment. Like I started wanting to have more sex. Like it was something that I just was having a crave. I just wanted to explore it more. I just wanted to know what it was about. I was just like, I was doing hoish things, doing with different men and stuff, and there was one guy in high school, and he was real popular. He was like one of the most popular, like one of those high school football players that was really popular and stuff. They all the girls wanted him and all of that stuff. So he was one of those people. He was one of the football players in high school, and he was in junior. He was a junior, and I was a sophomore. Or I was no, I was a freshman, and he was a junior in high school. So I met him, and I went to his house, and we had sex. We did stuff. We did things and stuff, and he didn't go down on me though. But he had intercourse with me. We had sex, and we kept doing it and kept doing it. And then the third time we did it, he told me he wanted me to be involved in the business with him. And I told him, what kind of business are you talking about? Because I'm telling you, when I was in high school, I might have gained some weight now, but when I was in high school, I had a bad body. I was real, like I was like one of those females that, man, all the guys want. I'm telling you, I was hot. I'm not saying that because it was me, but I was real, like I was in demand at that time. So sorry guys, just a second, let me just clear my throat. So the third time he was telling me, "Oh, I want you to start a business with me," and I was like, "What kind of? I want you to join a business with me," and I was like, "What kind of business you talking about?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna, introduce you. You're gonna go out with some guys, a couple of times, and they gonna pay me, and I'm gonna give you something from it." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh no, no, don't worry. I got your back. You're not gonna get in trouble with the police. Nobody's gonna know anything. I'm gonna make sure that you're protected. I'm gonna make sure that you have everything that you need. I'm gonna I'm gonna take care of you. You just go out with them for a couple of days and stuff." And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not doing that. I'm not selling my body. Are you crazy? You want me to sell myself? And then you're going to take all the money and you're going to give me crumbs. I'm not stupid. I'm not retarded. I might be young, but I'm not dumb. Like, why are you trying? All these people always trying to get off on me. They look at me and they look at me and they always look at me like, she don't know nothing. She don't know no better. They always just look at me and so quick to judge. They so quick to judge me. Like, they so quick to look at me as somebody as weak. Like, I don't know how to I don't know how to fight for myself. I don't know how to, defend myself. They always look at it like that. And it's like, don't just be so quick to just judge somebody. Just give somebody a chance. Give somebody a chance to try to find out who the person really is. Don't go so quick to judge. So then now, I told him I'd think about it because I didn't want to say yes and I didn't want to say no. I told him, and I didn't, I just didn't want to give him an answer. I told him I'd think about it, and I was hoping he would just be like, what, just forget about it. Like just don't even mention it no more. Like I was hoping he would forget about the whole thing. But and he didn't mention it to me no more. But then 2 weeks later, I stopped talking to him. I didn't talk to him for the whole 2 weeks. I didn't call him, text him. Even when we was in school, we walked past each other in the hallway, and I just didn't want to, I just didn't want to talk to him. I just act like he wasn't even there. So then now, 2 weeks later, I started talking to his friend. His friend was light skinned. He had those dreadlocks in his hair. He was looking nice. He had a nice body. He was like, oh my goodness. I was like, ooh, he was getting me hot. And I liked him. So I was like, I wanted to talk to him. So I went to talk to him. We got each other's phone number. And then 2 days later, yeah, I was a bad girl back then. I'm sorry. 2 days later, I told him to come to my house because my mother was doing a double shift and she wasn't home. So I told her, and I was staying with my mother. So I told him to come to my house. My mother's not gonna be home till the next morning because that's how she usually do when she work a double. She used to go from the evening. She'd leave a plate of food for me in the microwave, and then my dinner would be in the microwave on the plate. At least I gave her credit for that. She left food for me, but I'll get to that story. But and then, so he came to my house with his friend, and me and him was getting it on in the bedroom, while his friend was at the door looking out, just trying to make sure nobody, I know my mother wasn't come back in the morning, but I just wanted him to just look out anyway. While me and the other guy was doing our stuff. And do you know what this guy did? This guy went to my mother's room and he took all my mother's jewelry. He took all my mother's stuff. He took everything. I didn't know nothing because we was getting it on in the next room. And by the time we finished getting it on, by the time we finished, when we finished doing our thing, and I got cleaned up and everything, him and his friend, he left, and my mother's door was closed. So I didn't know anything. It was when my mother came back from work the next morning. That's when she opened her door and she started screaming, "What happened to my jewelry? What happened here?" Da, da, da. She started making all this noise. And I'm sitting there in shock because I don't even know. I'm walking in next to her room and she showed me what's going on. And I'm telling you, my mother's bedroom looked like somebody just got, it looked like a real robbery. Like everything was all rumbled everywhere. Everything was all thrown, like ransacked. It looked like a real robbery scene, like something that you see on a TV, like a crime show, like a robbery scene. Like everything was all messed up in her room. And I was like, damn. I was like, wow. I was like, this guy did, because he was the only one there. Nobody else came here. And I'm the only one that has the keys. So who could have done it? It's got to be him or his friend. It couldn't be him because me and him was getting it on. So it couldn't be him. So probably him and his friend plotted together, or probably the other guy, the first guy, because they was friends. They was in the same football team. They probably planned it because he was trying to pimp me, and I wasn't trying to answer him like that. So he probably planned it with the other guy. I don't know who planned it. I know the three of them. Somebody had something to do with that because that just can't happen like that. 2 days later, and it's my focus. I let him in, but I'm in my mind. I'm trying to have fun and trying to experiment and trying to test the waters and do all this extra stuff, not knowing better. So then when everything happened, when my mother came, she called the police. They made a report. And I told her, I don't know what happened. I told her I still didn't snitch. I didn't say nothing about them. I told her, Mother, I came home and I went to take my shower and I went to bed. I didn't even go in your room. I don't know what happened. I haven't been there. I even told her to check with the super or landlord or something, or I don't know. And I was nervous because I was like, I hope they don't have cameras. Because if they did, I'm messed up if they have cameras in that building. Because they would have seen that. So I was like, oh my God, I hope I don't have cameras in this building. I was just paranoid. So a week later, I ran away from home. I just ran away. I'm like, I can't take this no more. I ran away from home. Before I ran away from home, a week later, actually, a week later after the whole incident happened, she called the police and everything. A week later, I found out that I contracted chlamydia. I contracted the disease. And as soon as I contracted, I knew who gave it to me. I just gotta be that guy. It's gotta be him or his friend. So my mother took me to the doctor, and we got medication for it. And then I took the medicine and I got cured, and it got out of my system. So that happened over there. Then a week after that, that's when I ran away from home because I couldn't take the guilt. I couldn't take the shame. I couldn't take what I was feeling inside of me. I was like, I can't believe I let this man in my house with his friend in my mother's house, and they robbed my mother. And it's like, why can you do something like that? While me and him is getting it on in the next room, you there in the other room robbing my mother. And it's like, me and him was getting it on for almost 2 hours. So we had a lot of time to take a lot of stuff. We was in there for 2 hours getting it on. Because we did it 4 times. and it was like back to back, and he was, we was doing our thing, and while we was doing our thing, that guy was in my mother's room taking everything, taking all her jewelry, taking all her stuff, and I'm just like, I can't believe this happened. So I couldn't take it, so I ran away, and when I ran away, 2 days later, I was on the streets for 2 days, trying to figure out food, trying to figure out all of that, and there was this guy that saw me. This guy that saw me. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you. That's why whenever I see somebody homeless or begging for food on the street, I always help because I've been there too many times. I know how I've been there. I know how it feels to be like that. I've been through that like a lot. On the streets begging for food, begging for money for something to eat. I've been through that. And it's like it's messed up. But anyway, so and that was that. So I ran away from home and I met this man on the street. I was on the street for 2 days and I met this man and he was like he could help me because I asked him for money for I asked him to buy me food because I was asking people to buy me food. I was like, can you buy me something to eat? I'm hungry. Can you please help me out with a meal? I don't even want money. I just want something to eat. I'm hungry. Just buy me a food. I don't want no money from you. I just want a meal because I'm hungry. I was begging for food. And this guy, I was begging him for food. And he was like, I can help you. And I'm like, you can help me. I'm like, I don't understand that. You come and work for me. And I'm like, didn't I just go through that like 2 weeks ago? This guy told me to work for him. And I walked off and he got me robbed. Or maybe his friend just decided to be funny and just get me robbed, get my mother robbed. I just went through this 2 weeks of somebody trying to tell me to work for them. Are you crazy? I'm gonna sell my body for you. For you to make all okay, so then now I was in a situation where, you know what? I'm not going back to my mother's house. I left there. I can't live with my mother. I'm gonna work for him because it's like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna keep being on the streets in the rain, standing on the corner begging people for buy me something to eat? Is that going? Am I gonna keep going through this? I'm suspended from school. They suspended me last week because I got in a fight, so I can't even go back there. It's like I got suspended, and then I can't even go back to the school, and I don't got no job. It's like, how am I gonna get money to support myself? I gotta do what I gotta do. So I worked for him. I worked for him for 2 customers, and after I worked for him for the second customer, there was another customer, and he came, and the customer told him that, oh, well, I told her I wanted to go another round, and she told me she was tired. She told me she couldn't go another round, and I'm disappointed in the service. I didn't expect that. That you need to stuff in, and he beat the hell out of me. He didn't even say nothing to me. I was sitting at the table, watching TV, drinking water. He came to me and he started beating the hell out of me. And I'm like, what the hell is? I'm not even saying nothing. I'm just taking it taking. He started punching me. He started slapping me. He started kicking me. He started like I'm just like I'm not even saying nothing. I'm just taking all these hits. And when he's done, I'm like, what the hell? What did I do? He's like, what happened with the last customer? And I'm telling him, what are you talking about? He's like, oh well, he told me that he wanted to go again, and you told him, oh, that you was tired, you couldn't go again, and something happened like that. And I'm like, he's like, did that happen? And I'm looking at him in his face. I'm like, you know what? I better lie because he gonna beat the hell out of me if I tell him that happened. He probably gonna kill me. I don't know what's gonna happen to me because he already beat the hell out of me already. My whole body is messed up. My jaw is broken into. I don't even know if I could feel my right side of my jaw. I'm not gonna die. Oh, I'm not dying today. And he has a gun because he did have a gun. I saw it. He had a gun. He had 2 of them. And I'm like, I'm not gonna die today. Oh no, I'm not dying today. So I told him, no, that didn't happen. I told him I was trying to give him another round, and he told me he was tired. He told me he didn't want to go another round. And I said, are you sure? And he was like, yes. He was like, he was like, oh, you better not be lying to me. And he started trying to put his fist in my, like putting his fist in my face. He's like, you better not be lying. I'm like, I'm not. What are you talking about? I'm telling you what happened. And what are you talking about? I'm telling you what happened. He said he was tired. I was trying to go again, and he said he was tired. It wouldn't happen the other way. Whatever you talking about. So I know where you got that story from, because that's not what happened. And then you know what I did? I'm not stupid. I'm not a dummy. I waited for him to leave the house, and I took my shit and I was out of there. He never saw me again. He never saw me again. I was out of there so fast. I was like, I better get out of here. This guy gonna kill me. If I stay with this guy, I'm gonna end up dead. I better get out. And I got out of there, and then I went back. I went back to the streets for another day, and then after that, somebody saw me and they called the cops, because my mother went. They said my mother went to my school looking for me. She went to the police looking for me, so they called the cops, and then the cops found me, and they brought me to my mother in school, and all of that, and then once my mother took me out of the school, because they told me they didn't want me in that school no more, because I was getting too much problems into too many fights. I kept getting suspended, so I got expelled from that school, and then my mother went to put me in another school, and when I got to that school, that's when I started experimenting with drugs, with marijuana. I started with that, and then I started, experimenting with alcohol. I started indulging in these substances, and it was like it was a little short time thing, and then it stopped, and it came back, and it was like off and on, and all of that. So all this aggressiveness is based on since I was little, from the time I was born, how I wasn't wanted. This was aggression to my relationships, to the men that I've been with. It's aggression. And when that guy was robbing my mother and the other guy was doing it, he was aggressive too. He was grabbing my neck and all of that. He was doing all this craziness, and I just was taking it because I was just naive. I didn't even know better. I just was like taking everything, because it's like I'm used to taking things. Things just being thrown at me, and I'm just used to just taking it. And it's like you just used to taking it. You just at the end of the day, at the end of everything, you just gonna get used to naturally. You're just gonna get used to taking things, because it's just like you just been taking things all your life. So it's like you just become used to that. You just become used to taking stuff. You just whatever happens, I'm just gonna take it. And it's like how much can somebody take at once? You gotta get through over one thing before you start getting over another thing. But how you gonna feel if you gotta get over like 20,000 things at the same time? You trying to get over your last breakup with your boyfriend. You trying to get over a family death. You trying to get over being lonely and being emotional. You trying to get over this past trauma all at the same time. And it's only you trying to get over all these things. It's not like you trying to get over one thing and then you finish getting over one thing and then you get another thing. It's like you trying to get over all these things at the same time. And how you trying to do all of that? How you doing that? How you trying to get over so many things at the same time? You're supposed to try to get over one thing before you start getting over something else. But it's like you trying to get over all these things, and it's like, what do you? That can drive you crazy. It can drive you nuts, because you're trying to figure out how you supposed to how you supposed to cope with all of this. How you supposed to keep going on and living normal and trying to be normal and do normal things? And you trying to get over all these millions of thousands of things at the same time. I'm trying to get over how I was never wanted when I was born. I'm trying to get over the crimes I committed, killing somebody and doing all this having blood on my hands. I'm trying to get over the guilt from that. I'm trying to get over being the way I am, having to feel this kind of way, and just having to stay like that. I'm trying to get over people getting on my nerves, getting agitated. I'm trying to get over these past rapes and how many times that stuff been taken away from me against my will. They just come and take that stuff, and it's like they just take it. How you just come and take something that don't belong to you? That's mine. That belongs to me. That doesn't belong to you. You just gonna come and take it and that's it? You're not even gonna give me a chance to decide if I'm gonna give it to you. You just gonna come and take it. And that's just it. And then you just feel like that's all right. You just come and take it. Come on, man. Like you can't do stuff like that. But the people don't care. They just feel like they just how they feel at the moment. They want to get something done. They just care about what they feeling like. They not care about the next person. You just gotta deal with it. It's crazy, crazy. And then when I got married, my first husband, when I got married to him, he was a nice guy too. He was real nice and caring. He was like he was the man of my dreams. You know, he was real nice and stuff. And everything was going good in the beginning. And then I had the baby and everything. Everything was like it was real good. And then he started getting possessive. He started getting possessive. He started getting aggressive. And I didn't know Haitian people can be like that. I thought those one of those Haitian guys. I thought they one of those like Prince Charming, like those kind of soft guys. I didn't know they could be aggressive. Boy, them Haitian men, they can be more. They're more. Some of them are more aggressive than African American men. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I don't know who taught them or how that happened, but the Haitian men that I dated before, they used to be all lovey-dovey, buying you roses and stuff, and doing all this extra lovey-dovey stuff. They used to be on point with that romantic stuff. They used to have me having those butterflies in my stomach, and they used to have me, boy. And the way they talk, the way they carry themselves, they just like act like gentlemen, like real pure gentlemen. And I didn't know he was. I don't know he could become. He was Haitian. I didn't know he could be like that, boy. I went. I was supposed to go to. I went to go to a party, and I told him we don't ever go anywhere. We just sit in the house all day and just watch TV. We don't really like go out or have fun or nothing. We just be cooped up in this house, and we don't even do stuff no more like we used to. Like, what's going on? I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out from him what's happening. See, I'm a good woman. All other women, they just go out and find another man, or they just go start talking to another guy. I try to work it out. I try to find out what's going on. I try to address the problem. I don't just get up and try to just go look for the next person and try to have fun with them or try to do things with them. No, I try to fix things. I try to look for ways to make things better. But I feel like no matter how much I try to do that, I feel like I'm wasting my time because I could do all of this and at the end of the day, it don't lead to nothing. I'm still trying to, we still going through the same problem. So, excuse me, I gotta clear my throat up a little bit. So he was supposed to go with me to this party, and I said, he told me wait for him. Don't go to the party by myself. Get dressed up, get cleaned up, go to my cousin's house, wait for me over there. When I get off work, I'm gonna go home and get ready, and I'm gonna meet you at my cousin's house. And we're gonna go to the party together. And I said that's fine, as long as we get to go out and we get to get out of this house, we get to do something fun for a change instead of being cooped up in the house all the time. I mean, that's boring. You get bored with that after a while. You want to try something different. You want to go out and have fun. So I did what I was told. I got dressed up. I got cleaned up. I went to his cousin's house and I waited there. And it was 12 o'clock in the morning. And I called him and I said, what the hell is going on? I've been waiting for you for 1 hour. We supposed to be on our way to the party. And I'm trying to find out from him what is going on. Oh, you know what? Well, I'm tired. I don't feel like going anymore. I'm just gonna go home. And I'm like, you seriously? So you just not gonna say nothing? You just have me sitting here waiting for you to come? And I told him straight, I said, I'm going to the party by myself. I told him I'm going by myself, and that's that. And I'll see you later. And I hung up the phone and I drove myself to that party. I didn't do nothing out of the ordinary. I didn't go I didn't go doing stuff with other men. I behaved myself, but I did dance with two men, but I didn't do nothing like going to their house or kissing or doing something like doing all this other stuff. I didn't do none of that stuff. I just danced and that was it. And then I came home, and boy, when I got home, I got home at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I know I'm not right because I'm married. I'm a married woman, and I know it's not right for a married woman to be coming home at no 3 o'clock in the morning. And I know he has the right. But listen, I told him let's go to this party together. He ditched me at the last minute. I told him I was going by myself. It's not like I just went by myself. I told him I'm going by myself. I told him where I was going. I gave him the address. I texted him the address of the place. All of that. So he knew where I was. It's not like I was just going somewhere and I was being sneaky with it, not giving him where I was going, trying to be kind of like sneaky and funny with the whole situation. I was being upfront with it. I was just tired of being cooped up in the house all the time. I wanted to be out there. I wanted to go out sometimes. I was getting bored. So when I got home, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and the first he told about something. Get in the shower, clean yourself up, and come and give me something. And I'm looking at him like, what the hell is wrong with you? I told him I'm tired. I'm not doing nothing with you. I'm tired. And he's like, no, you're gonna give me. I don't. You have to give it to me because it's mine. And I'm looking at him like, are you serious? I said I'm tired. And he was like, oh, you're not gonna give me nothing because you just finished having something with somebody else at the party. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even having this conversation. I told you where I was going. I texted you the address. So you knew where I was. I texted you where I was. I texted you the address. So you knew where I was at. And I told you where I was going. I told you that. So why would I, if I was doing something with some other guy, why would I text you the address of where I was going? I wouldn't do that. If I had something to hide, I'll be sneaky. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to this place and I didn't go to that, but I go somewhere else. I'm telling you, I'm texting you the address of exactly where I'm going. So you knew where I was going. So it's not like you was blind or I was doing something sneaky or I was snuck out the house or something or put pillows under the blanket or some dumb crap like that they do in the movies and stuff. I didn't do none of that stuff. So he was like, oh no, I knew you did something with somebody because how come you I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going through this. So I put my bag on down on the floor by next to the bed and he picked it up and he threw my bag at me. He threw my bag at me and I'm looking at him like, what the hell are you doing? Are you crazy? I didn't say that to him, but I'm thinking that like, I'm looking at him like, what are you doing? And then he's like, oh, he started coming on top of me, punching me, kicking me, and punching my stomach. And he was like, oh, don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that again. Don't you ever do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's punching me, punching me, punching me. And this is 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock, almost 5 o'clock in the morning. Punching me, punching me, punching me and stuff. So next thing you know, he ran down, because we were living in a 2-family house. We had a basement, we had the main floor, and we had the top floor. We didn't have an attic. So the next thing I know, he started finished beating me on the floor, beating the hell out of me. He got up. He ran downstairs, and he went in the kitchen. I ran behind him. After I got up, I ran behind him, and I saw him going through the kitchen drawers, pulling out some knife. I ran out of the house so fast. Boy, I ran out of the house so fast. I was scared because he was coming at me with that knife, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm not even gonna wait for this. I'm out. I'm out. I ran outside. I ran to my neighbor's house and I told her to call the police because I'm like, I know what this guy's gonna do. I don't wanna die. I said she called the police. The police came, but before the police came, I was standing outside the door. He came outside of the house. He came to meet me. He's like, please don't tell the police. Don't say that to the cops. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. He was all apologizing, trying to cry and do all this fake crocodile tears, trying to act like he really was sorry for what he did. He's like, please, I don't want to go to jail. Please don't tell the cops nothing. And I said, so what he didn't know is I wasn't going to tell the cops nothing, like to arrest him or anything. He thought I was going to get him arrested. So when the cops came, the cops told me, we're going to put a restraining order on him for you. And do you want to press charges? And I said, I don't want to press charges. I just don't want him near me. So they took him away. They took him to the station, and I went with the police in his car, and we went to the police station. I did my statement or whatever they do, the incident report or whatever they call that stuff, police report. And we got all that done, and then they told me I had to come back to get the paper for the restraining order. I had to go back downtown or something, I don't know. So I had to go through all that stuff. And I went the next day, I went to go take my stuff out of his house. I called my mother. And I was like, Mom, this guy did this to me. He beat me up. He got arrested. I'm leaving him, and stuff like that. And you know what my mother said? She said, I told you so. He said, if you would listen to me and I went to marry that guy, you wouldn't have been in this problems, in this situation. Are you crazy? So, okay, so now, okay, so I'm a child. Do you know what the meaning of being a child is? Like, at that moment, I wasn't thinking because I'm more mature now, but I'm a child. That's your job. You're supposed to guide me the right way. You're supposed to teach, you're supposed to be leading me the right way. I know you were right when you said I should have married him, I should have been with him. But just because I was wrong as your child doesn't mean you shouldn't be supportive of me. Doesn't mean you shouldn't care for me. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be caring. You shouldn't be compassionate. You should still be compassionate regardless of the fact. The first thing that shouldn't come out of your mouth is I told you so, or if you would have listened to me. No, you should have been like, oh, well, I'm sorry about what happened to you. I really feel bad and stuff, and I hope you feel better. You should have been more comforting. Instead of that, you were more like an aggressive. That's what I'm saying about the aggressive stuff again. Being all aggressive with it, like, oh, if you would, I told you so. You should listen to me. You should have went to marry him. I told you not to marry him, and she didn't show up at my wedding. She didn't show up. None of that. I had to ask some man that I used to work with before. I had to find him on Facebook and ask him to walk me down the aisle because I didn't want to be embarrassed. I'm like, who's gonna walk me? I can't walk myself down the aisle. I'm supposed to be, my father's supposed to walk me down the aisle. My father's not here. He's too busy looking around trying to marry 10,000 wives at the same time. That's what he's so concerned about. Try to find if he has one wife, he's not okay. He gotta have more than one. Are you? I know your libido ain't that crazy. Libido. Am I pronouncing it right? I know you're down there. Don't go crazy like that. For you to be one, feel like you need two women. People always, man, that's one thing about men. They always want two women. Do you know the responsibilities of taking care of two women, of having two women at the same time? Do you know what you gotta do? Do you know the stress? Do you know how stressful that is to try to be with two women together and they know about each other? Imagine if they don't know about each other. That's even worse. Because then you gotta look for a way to hide this one from the other one. You can't go out together in public because what if the other one see you out together? What you gonna say? How you gonna look like? It's a constant battle. It's like you going back. You trying to battle with yourself. You trying to satisfy your wants and your desires, but at the same time, you're going through all this stress trying to do that. And this is crazy. It's like, what is the benefits? What is the risk? What is all of this? You're not even thinking about that. You think about what you feel at the moment. Oh, you just want two women in your bed. You just want two women next to you. You just want to have two women. But do you know what comes with having two women? And then I'll get to my story of the polyamorous relationship. I was in a polyamorous relationship twice. And let me tell you that story. The first polyamorous relationship I was with this man, this guy, and we decided we want to look for another lady to join us. So we went online and we found this lady. And when we found her, she was a dyke. She was one of those ladies that dressed like a man. And I'm looking at him like, you think I'm supposed to be turned on by a woman looking like dressed up like a man? That defeats the whole purpose. The point is, you're supposed to be the man, and she's supposed to be the woman, and I'm supposed to be the woman. Not you trying to be a man and she trying to be a man too. I'm not getting turned on. The point is, I'm supposed to be getting turned. The point I'm supposed to be getting turned on by a female, not by a female looking like a male. So she used to dress up. I told him that when we're in the bedroom, she gotta dress up like in lingerie. She gotta wear women's stuff. She gotta, if she wanna go out there, like if we going out, if she wanna dress up like that when we going out or something, I mean that's all right. But when we doing stuff, I can't be doing stuff with somebody dressed like no man. What you a woman, but you dress like a man. I can't. I'm not gonna get. I'm not turned on by this. It's not turning me on. It's turning me off. I feel like I'm just having doing things with two men, and that's not the whole point of this. So we went to the store. We went and bought. So me and him and her. Listen to this. Me and him and her. We went to the store. We went to buy lingerie. All three of us. We went there. So she got her lingerie and I got mine. We picked out our own lingerie, and we was trying it on. And he was, he was being his, how men are. So we was trying on our lingerie, and he was telling us to come out. Let me see how you look in your lingerie. So I came out. I told you when I was younger, I was bad. You couldn't top this. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that because it's me, but I knew how I looked when I was younger. So when I came out of my lingerie, he was like, oh my God, he was going nuts. He was going crazy. He was like, oh, you look, he was praising me. He was like, oh my God. He just couldn't keep his hands off me. He was like all over me and stuff. And when she came out in her lingerie, he was he was he wasn't feeling it. I mean, he wasn't really feeling it like that. It wasn't like me, like when I came out. It was a big difference. And she noticed that. So you know what she started doing? So it used to be something, I used to be the one doing the cooking, making the food and stuff. And then the next day when I come back from work, she goes, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna cook the food. And I'm not gonna sit here and argue with her. You want to cook? Go ahead. I didn't say nothing. I said, okay, that's fine. You want to cook the dinner? That's okay. So the next day, she goes, oh no, I'm gonna cook the food. Don't cook. I'm like, okay, so when am I gonna get back in the kitchen? And you're just not saying that. You're supposed to be the man, and you're supposed to be in running us. I feel like she's running us. You're not saying nothing. You let her make all the decisions. You telling her when she's gonna cook, when I'm gonna cook. Why you not saying nothing? You just sitting there looking at her, making all the decisions in the house. You trying to give her your pants? Are you serious? You trying to let her run us? You supposed to be running the whole thing. Oh, he's sitting there talking about something. Oh no, there's nothing wrong with that. She's just expressing herself. I'm like, there's something not right with this picture. How you let her tell when we supposed to cook, when we supposed to do things? When she started making all these decisions, and I'm sitting here just taking stuff and listening, cause she feeling some type of way. I'm looking better in lingerie than her, so she feeling some kind of way. Like, what is going on? I can't control how I look, and if I look better than you in there, then I do. Why you feeling some type of way? Now you want to start grabbing the pot away. You start grabbing frying pans, doing all this crazy nonsense. Because he's feeling me in lingerie and he's not feeling you in it? Are you crazy? Are you that childish and petty? Okay, so that's not it. Let me get to the breaking point. So, this whole she's running things now, I let it get off. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not sitting here, I'm not doing this. You want to let her make all the decisions? You're hurting yourself. You're not hurting me. Because you're the one, you're letting your authority, you're letting your authority go away to a woman. How you feeling right? You giving your authority away to a woman, and when that woman starts disrespecting you and treating you some kind of way, don't say nothing. Because you gave her that authority to treat you like that. You gave her that permission to treat you that way. Because you're supposed to be in control of her. You let her control you. So who the man now? Who the man? Who's in charge? You're not, because you're letting her make all the decisions, and you're just sitting there like a dummy. And I'm not even respecting you anymore. I'm not even wanting you no more. I don't even want to do nothing with you, because I'm losing respect for you. I'm not getting turned on. You're not even turning me on, because I feel like you letting a woman run you. Are you crazy? That's something you just don't do. That's something you just don't do. So I let this go on for about 2 weeks. her running things, telling us when we do things, telling us what we eating. I ain't saying nothing. I just went along with the show. I was sitting there listening. I'm just still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Did she put some kind of spell on him? Or did she went to some kind of magician or put some kind of voodoo? Or did she, what the hell did she do to him? Because he's like, I'm just like, I'm just in shock how she's controlling everything. She's just in control of everything. Like everything. And I'm like, he's just not saying nothing. So I let that go on for 2 weeks. So after letting that go on for 2 weeks, I worked a double from 3 p.m. to 7 a.m. and they were home. By the time I left them at home. I kissed both of them goodbye and I said, I'm going to work. I see you guys in the morning. I left them at home. I went to work. I came back at work from work in the morning. I got back home around a little bit after 7. And when I opened my door, everything was gone. My my TV, my appliances. It looked like a robbery. Like they took it all. Him and her, they took all my stuff, all my furniture, everything. They took everything and they left. They left. They took all my stuff, everything, everything. I had to sleep on the floor. I had to sleep on the floor. I slept on the floor. I called the police. The police came. You know, they took my statement and everything. But I couldn't ever do anything because I had no proof. I had no proof that they were the ones that did anything. I had no proof. So I couldn't, they just took everything and got away with it. It's like they just took all my stuff. They took everything. And it's like, wow. Wow. That's it. That's it. Like, so then now, 2 weeks later, I got back into using marijuana because I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm just tired. It's like, this is just my breaking point right now. I just got robbed. Like, I just got robbed. So there was a guy across the street. He had his barbershop. He been scoping me for a little while, and I just been ignoring. I was just ignoring him because I was with them. So every time he tried to talk to me, I try to ignore him because I don't cheat. I'm not into the cheating world. So when I was with them, I was loyal like I always am when I'm with somebody. So he owned the barbershop down the street. And he was trying to talk to me. He been trying to talk to me for a while. He's been like, and he been trying to, So I went to see him because I wanted to get the marijuana and I didn't know where to get it. So I went to him and he told me he knew a man to sell it. He gonna link me up and stuff. And I was like, okay. So I told him, I said, I don't know how to roll up. I need somebody because it's been years I've done this. I need somebody to, I don't know how to roll up a blunt. I don't know nothing about that. Can you show me? Man, whew. Boy, I went to his house. He lived right across the street from me, mind you. I went to his house. We were talking. He was teaching me how to roll up a blunt. We was smoking. And he was telling me, oh, we was getting to know each other. He told me he lived by himself in that house. He don't live with nobody. He has a room. Actually, he told me he has a roommate. It's a guy. It's him and his roommate. They just come, they live here. He owns a barbershop. He runs a barbershop down the street. He told me all these things, smoking and chilling and vibing, everything was right. But we didn't do anything. We didn't do nothing that night. We didn't do nothing that day. We just smoked and chilled and stuff. We didn't do anything. So 3 days later, I came from work and some chick pulls up in a car. I'm heading towards my door. I just parked. Some chick pulls up her car in front of my apartment complex. She comes out. His name, I'm just gonna call him Omar because I don't want to reveal it. She comes out of the car and she comes to me and she was like, "Oh, do you know Omar?" And I said, yeah. Why? He was like, don't mess with my man. If I ever see you in that barbershop again, I'm going to I'm going to F you up and all this stuff. Don't mess with my man. And I'm thinking to myself, to her, I don't want your man. I don't want your man. You can have him. I'm only trying to talk to him about the marijuana situation. I don't want him. I don't want him. So she threatened me if she ever see me in the barbershop again, she gonna send her girls, her and her girls gonna come. They gonna whip my whatever, I can't say it, because it's TikTok, but they gonna whatever stuff like that and all that ghetto stuff. So I went. Every time I passed by, it wasn't like I was a punk, but I just didn't want. I just was trying to avoid problems. I try to avoid problems, but when too many problems are being thrown at me, it just provokes me. So I try to avoid situations. So he used to still try to talk to me, try to get me to come in the barbershop, and I just tell him, nah, I'm good. I don't want to go there and stuff. Like, I'm good. Like, he was trying to talk to me and stuff. And I was mad because I was like, why didn't you, I was asking him, I was like, why didn't you tell me you had a girlfriend? Like, you didn't tell me you had a girlfriend. And he just didn't know he was just looking at me like he didn't know what to tell me. You know what to say. And he was like, oh no, don't worry about her. We've been off and on for some time. We're not really stable like that and stuff. And I was like, all right. So he came to my house. He came to my house 3 days later. He came to my room and we were smoking and we were high. I was high. I was high as hell. And he was high as hell too. I was high. I was messed up. So we were smoking and I was high, but I wasn't that high. I get to that. I was high, but I wasn't that high. So we were smoking, and you know what? I was like, you know what? I feel like going down on him. Like I just feel like going down on the. I just feel like doing that. So I put my hand on his his middle of his pants, and I started rubbing there, trying to let him know that I want to do something. And he was like, okay, hold on, let me smoke a little more. So I was like, okay, that's fine. You smoke a little more, and I smoke a little more too. So he smoked a little more, and then I pulled out the thing, what I'm talking about. And when I pulled it out, I started seeing all these little small bumps on his thing, on the head of his penis, on his thing. And I was like, what? I didn't say nothing. I didn't want to make it too obvious because, some guys, if they notice that you notice something, they might try to take it from you. And you can't, you a woman, you there by yourself. Imagine if somebody that got something like something real big and rape you and give it to you and you stuck with that. Like, imagine that going on. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking fast. I'm like, I gotta get out this situation without him knowing. So I was like, but as soon as I saw those little small micro bumps and stuff on the head, I was telling him, you know what? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. One second. I forgot something. I forgot my wallet in my car. I said, I forgot my wallet in my car. I gotta go get my wallet. So I act like I'm getting my wallet in my car. And then I came back and I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling too good right now. Like, we probably gonna have to link up another time. Like, I'm starting to get stomach cramps. I think my period is coming. Something's going on. I can't do nothing today. Like, I'm just not up to it. So then he was like, okay, he understand. I should give him a call. And when he left, I'm like, give you a call? What? Give you a what? Do you know what I just saw? I don't even know what that was. That was before I became, what I am. But I don't even know what that was I saw. But I know what I saw wasn't, but I saw something that wasn't right. Because you're not supposed to be having that. I'm like, then a week later, I stopped talking to him. I went cold turkey on him. I didn't even say hello. He used to see me on the block. I used to go to the corner store. I didn't even just walk by him, act like I didn't even see him. I just was keep on going. Then, 2 weeks later, I get up to go to work. Mind you, I just got robbed. my whole apartment, my whole furniture, my TV. This has just been 3 weeks ago. They took all that guy and that girl I was with. They took all my stuff and they dicked off on me. So I'm still recovering from that situation. I'm recovering the situation with the guy with the barber shop, with his girlfriend coming up at me, and she's almost coming to my face, and I'm stepping back like, what the hell is what? She's trying to threaten me. Like, are you threatening me? You trying? I'm not saying nothing. So I just went through that, and I went through this situation with him, finding those things down there, and then now a week after that, I get up to go to work, and all my windows in my car are broken. My car windows shattered. Somebody broke my window. They went in my glove compartment. They took all my coins. They took all my GPS. That was when the GPS was famous. The one that you buy and you put on your car instead of using your phone. The actual GPS system. That's when that was raining back then. And I had to call these people to replace the mirror. I had to pay money to fix the mirror in my car. They broke my windows. I had to get new windows. All the windows, not the front window they broke too. They cracked that. And then they broke all my windows. They didn't break the back one. The back one they didn't break that. But they broke my windows. So I had to pay somebody. I couldn't go to work that day. I had to call out. So I had to pay somebody to come and replace the windows in my car. I didn't want to go through insurance because of the deductible and all that nonsense that they do. I didn't want nothing to affect my insurance. So I left. I just decided to take care of it myself. And 2 weeks after that, not only were my windows broken, but my tires were slashed. All four of them. They slashed all my tires. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to the cops because this is not. Come on, man. What are you doing? I just put new windows in my car last week. And now, a week later, you broke my windows again and you slashed. And this time, not only you broke my windows, you slashed my tires too. What are you doing? What are you trying to tell me? If you're trying to tell me something, you better say it. What are you doing? I don't even know who's doing this. I don't know. I don't know if it's the guy and the girl that just robbed me because they know where I live at, or if it's this barber guy because I didn't give him nothing, or if it's his girlfriend. I don't know because they all know my car. They all know where I live at. So what am I doing? What am I gonna do? I went to the cops. I went to the police. I made a police report. I said somebody keeps somebody keeps tampering my vehicle. So they told me, okay, so there's this school that's like up the block from my apartment complex. There's this school over there, and they have cameras on their building. So the police officer told me to start parking my car over there. So once I started parking my car over there, all that stuff stopped. They stopped breaking into my car. But then I'm like, what if I don't get a parking spot over there? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if I don't get a parking spot over there? And I gotta park in a regular spot. What's gonna happen? So I was paranoid. I was like, you know what? Then that's when I met, a month later, that's when I met this guy. This guy that I met on the internet that I was talking about on my last live broadcast. The guy that I met online and God told me not to go to his house. I should go to the party and all of that. But guys, you know what? I'm going to stop the lie for now. There's a lot more to this story, but I just want to tell it. I don't want to give everything all at once because it's like, I just want to, it's really emotional. And I just want to tell the whole thing. And it amazes me how one person can go through so many things and still be alive and still be here. It just amazes me how things that were meant to kill you, things that were meant to destroy you, it didn't kill you or destroy you. It still made you be who it still made you here. And when I do finally take off this mask, I'm going to be proud of myself that I got all this stuff out of my chest. I got all this stuff off of me, all this baggage, all this load, all of this. I got it all off of me, and I don't have to carry it anymore. I can go about my life, be normal, and not carrying this heavy load every second, every day. Because it starts to hurt. And sometimes I break down and cry because it's like, it's just, the load is just getting too heavy. And it's just making me too, it's making me emotional, making me cry. It's making me shed tears. And I can't control myself. Sometimes I scream and shout. It's like I just gotta let it out some kind of way because it's like when you keep something bottled in, something inside of you bottled up for so long, that can drive you crazy. That can make you feel like that can make you go insane. That can cause so many things to happen to you. It can cause a lot of things to happen to you, and it's like I'm just going to round it up tonight, this morning, and I will be live again on Saturday. And Saturday I will be live again. There's more to this story. It's a series. There's a lot more. Thank you for joining my broadcast. Let me see who's here. Thank you for my gifters. Thank you for my followers and everybody. Thank you all, and I really appreciate you guys. You're a blessing. Stay blessed, Prophet. Uh, um, Follow Prophet Miracle and follow Ohima Berry on their channel, on their platform. Follow them, Lord. Follow them, guys. And thank you so much for joining. See you guys on Saturday. This is Inner Beauty. Beauty is in the eye of the beholders, in the eyes of the beholder. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. This is Inner Beauty 86. See you guys for the other part of this segment. See you guys Saturday for the other part of this segment. Thank you guys for joining me, and you are amazing. You guys are blessed, and thank you guys. Good night, or good morning rather.